What's up? It's your boy D Change coming at you with another Daily Dave. It is the last hour of March 18th, 2020. It's Wednesday, hump day. We are halfway through the work from home madness that started this week, or at least for me. I know other people have started earlier. Maybe people are starting later. Who knows what's going on? Depends on your region and locale. So consult your local authorities to find out what your prize is going to be. Anyway, I don't really have anything to say today because I think I didn't spend too much time on Twitter today. Just the usual COVID-19 updates. Um, yeah, it's a developing situation, so numbers are going to be climbing. We won't know how well this whole shelter in place was the term, by the way. We don't know how well shelter in place slash social distancing slash isolation will work for another week or two. And I did notice that I think almost 2 weeks from now, we'll be able to see if our proportionate numbers mirror Italy's. So we're a nation that's about, I was listening to a podcast about it, and I want to say 5 times larger in terms of population than Italy. So the modeling would point it to something like, 1,000 to 2,000 people dying every day if everything is equal to the model in Italy. There's always going to be discrepancies or differences. Like, for example, people are gonna be like, oh, in Italy they hug and kiss. I mean, sure, I think that might contribute to an increase in transmission, but I think it has more to do with like the crowding and stuff like that. So we'll see. And also, I mean, Italy isn't like super. It's not necessarily like I wouldn't call it a developing nation. Um, but then I don't know. I also hear things like it's not like a top tier developed nation. I don't know. It's kind of hard to compare the two, to say like the United States and Italy and will the models work completely. So I do have to agree that, like, yeah, we can't draw all of our conclusions based on the mathematical modeling from that country, but it should give us a rough idea of what's to come. So we'll see. But anyway, testing is not a priority anymore. It's literally just test people who are severe so that you can understand. Like, I don't even know why. I don't know. It's like a weird assumption now, right? I guess because if you can differentiate between COVID and then like typical pneumonia, you get to at least say, well, COVID's gonna need ventilation, or you're gonna need PPE, personal protective equipment, for healthcare workers, because then you don't want to continue the transmission. But yeah, what really sucks is asymptomatic transmission, and then like mild cases will just slip right under the rug. So that is why it's so important to maintain aggressive social distancing, because otherwise everyone's just going to get it. And then, if you run a worst case scenario model, um, and what is it like? Like, super worst case scenario, 80% of Americans contract the disease. Then what is oh shoot, and then like 10% have severe symptoms, and then 1% end up dying or whatever. I mean, you're talking about like a million to 10 million people, so that's an insane number. um that puts the whole, like, oh, the flu kills this many thousand people per year in perspective. Like, yeah, I get it. It's a developing thing, right? So anyway, I just saw my camera lag. It just pisses me off so much. I don't know why it happens. Maybe I should just get a new camera. Anyway, yeah, I guess that's the only update on COVID-19. It's just continue the more aggressive distancing measures, continue the delay of the spread. I think more and more people are going to hear about their loved ones and people around them either getting sick or being exposed. Um, I think we might have a potential exposure in our family, so we'll see. Unfortunately, this is one of those things where you just kind of have to wait and see to let it blow over. And I did listen slash read. It's more like I listened to someone narrate, like some Reddit thread comments on like, hey, those who caught the coronavirus, what was it like? And the good news is, for the most part, people pretty much just experience bad cold to flu like symptoms. So it's something you can deal with. But again, what needs to be reiterated is the problem of transmitting the virus to the more vulnerable population, such as the elderly, such as the immunocompromised. So that's the problem. They won't be so lucky if they catch this, uh, if they get this disease. So yeah, I mean, I'm always freaking out now when I notice like my parents aren't like in the house. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like where are they? But it's fine if they want to go out for a walk, or even if they just drive the car somewhere and just chill. But yeah, I don't necessarily want them like one problem is I feel like they're still in the whole mode of like, well, let's just go get groceries because we need them. Like, I don't know. Some stores are doing the whole like early hour senior citizens get to go. Um, like only senior citizens will be shopping. So that's a nice measure to like reduce the number of people in the store at one time and allow vulnerable populations to do their thing, and then they can open it up to everyone else later. So yeah, I don't know. It's crazy because I definitely see that like trying to keep up with this too much is really affecting me. Like it's hard to not think about it. It's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna wanna. I have too many like coronavirus related podcasts queued up and like YouTube videos that like I just play in the background. So I'm gonna be looking for more, like how to manage your anxiety during a pandemic, types of content and stuff like that. There are a select few people I like to follow, or listen to their podcasts like frequently. And there's some recommendations I got too, like such as the Hidden Brains Don't Panic episode from April 1st, 2019. It's like a combination episode. I need to listen to that one. But I do tend to like certain interviewers who pull certain like doctors or like people they know onto the show in order to kind of give their expertise and see how that goes. So yeah, I've been trying to go, was it broaden the horizon slash like go around the gamut of like different doctors and virologists and people who study this type of stuff to see kind of the varying opinions, because I think Dr. John Campbell, who I've posted many of his videos, he errs on the side of caution, so he's like freaking out, borderline freaking out, even though he explains everything very calmly, and it's very articulate, and I think it's fairly easy to understand. But then you also have like Dr. Mike, who is this much younger, attractive dude who has graphics and is more entertaining, more humorous. And yeah, and then you have various. You have like Anthony Fauci of the who's on the like the White House Commission to handle this. And he was heading like I think he was heading the CDC, or still is, but like basically at the forefront of like he has a very strong career in this type of stuff. But then like Doctor, I want to say Malarkey. It might be Malarkey. I keep thinking about Joe Biden when I think of Malarkey. But Dr. Malarkey talked with James Altucher, and he was saying like, yeah, I don't like how Fauci didn't like say anything for 3 weeks straight, and then now it's like let's take some extreme measures. So there's still a lot of there's a lot of back and forth, and one big problem is just there's too many unknowns. So that's why we're just kind of like, I don't know, you know. So that's the deal with COVID-19. Um, anyway, yeah. So this was the second day of working from home, and I'm getting the hang of it now. You know, it's just like, all right, just gotta. I have this setup where it's like dual monitor and my keyboard and mouse. So I move this laptop over, and I'm just like, all right, let's just do our thing here. Um, and yeah, so and I cleaned out some of the desk space, but it's still like a huge mess. I was joking with a friend, like I want her to come over and Marie Kondo my room. And she was she was even like, I'll video conference you, and then I could like pick out stuff for you, and you can throw them in a boxes. Right now, no one's taking donations because of, you know, obviously there's the potential for exposure. But at least you can like pack stuff away. Um, and yeah, there's what I really like to see. What I liked seeing today was a lot of examples of how to help other people out. So there's, you know, it was good to hear that like stores are doing the senior citizen only time for shopping. More stores are closing down, malls are closing down, so that, you know, I know it's tough, but like at this point, who's really gonna go shopping? A lot of people are gonna have some experience some hard times, and but like what I like to see is, you know, stuff like, hey, these are things you can do to help out in your community, such as call an elderly person in your neighborhood, ask if they need anything, um, teleconference with some friends, you know. If you wanna do some like Skype boba, I'm super down. I've got drive-throughs I can go to pick up drinks. I'm all for that. I know I it sucks because I wanted this year I wanted to reach out more. I wanted to practice improving my social network. But now it's like don't see people in person. And that was another thing too. I wanted to go to more like events slash, I don't know, happening gatherings, because instead of, one thing I noticed is like I really like one-on-one conversations and hangouts, but like I'm I like to I like to go deep into those, and that usually means like, okay, I'd rather hang out with one person for the whole day than to hang out with like a bunch of people, you know, in like 1 hour segments. And it's just because it drains me, like just the like the change of scenery, and then like it's a different person, different personality, and it's just like bam bam bam, like it's like when you interview like a bunch of different people, or like you have to meet a lot of people at a conference or something. That's that really tires me out. But it's kind of like something I wanted to practice or get better at, because um one thing I've noticed is like, hey, like, you know, my my time needs to be used. I want to value my time better. So instead of like always saying yes to like, oh yeah, let's totally waste another 6 hours. It's not waste because it's still quality time. But instead of like, let me just let my day go because I didn't plan it out, I'd rather be more like, hey, I'm gonna be at this event. Like, am I gonna see you there or multiple people there? I'm gonna meet new people. Like, I don't know. Just wanted to take the opportunity. So anyway, yeah, it's really unfortunate. 2020 has been an interesting year so far. So it is what it is. We can't change, you know, things that we can't change, but we can change how we react to it, what we do about it. So once again, stay safe. Wash your hands for 20 seconds at least with water and soap. Hand sanitizer if you don't have it. Make sure you get full coverage, interlocking fingers, like inside, outside. I don't know what to call this. Thumbs, palms, wrists. Try not to touch your face. Like, I know, like, I keep saying it. I have difficulty adhering to that. Yeah, practice social distancing. Stay 6 feet or 2 meters away from other people when you're out and about. If you or your family feel sick, have symptoms, um, consider isolation and full isolation of the household. If it's not, if you work an essential job such as healthcare, retail, basically something where like it's not trivial to like work from home. I really hope like your employer can work something out with you. If not, then just be as careful as you can. Um, make makeshift masks. I don't know. Like, I feel like the supply of masks is so low that I mean they're just like rare gems now, right? I also hear that like in certain places we're just running out of ventilators and equipment in general. So unfortunately, the worst is yet to come, and this is why we want to practice what we're practicing now, because we don't want to, we just don't want to contribute to additional burdens to the healthcare systems. Um, yeah, and then don't let your elderly parents like wander. No visitors either. At least like in our family's case, I'm like, what's this? Like, want to invite people over? No, and like, don't go outside. No, but like, it's totally cool to go outside, get some sunshine, wash the car. But yeah, it's just you don't want to be in crowds, don't want to be where people can sneeze and cough onto you. That's pretty much it. So, yeah, not a whole lot going on. Stay safe, everybody. Hoping to have some more non-virus related topics. Considering whether or not I want to do the Japan life series throughout this daily update, or if I want to save that for another time, or maybe sprinkle it in. Yeah, I don't know. Guess it just kind of depends on how I feel. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on figuring out what I wanna be talking about more regularly. So, or if there's something you want to hear, drop it down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe, ring the bell to get notifications. Love YouTube. It's terrible. Anyway, yeah, that's it for me. Gosh, I'm always racking up the time for these, but it's also because I don't edit them. Great. So that's just me. Anyway, peace out. Talk to you guys later.